Chapter 1. Introduction to the chakra system. The human experience has always been a journey between the seen and the unseen, the tangible and intangible. Across cultures and throughout history, people have sought to understand the forces that animate life and give meaning to existence. One of the most enduring and profound systems to emerge from this quest is the chakra system, a map of energy centers believed to shape our physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. In this introduction to the chakra system, we will explore its origins, its foundational principles, and its profound relevance in our fast-paced modern world. The word chakra comes from Sanskrit, an ancient language of India, and translates as wheel or disc. This evocative image suggests movement, flow, and cycles, qualities that are core to the chakra concept. Chakras are described as spinning vortexes of energy, each positioned at key points along the central axis of the human body, from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Although invisible to the eye and not physically measurable by conventional science, chakras are said to influence every aspect of our being, from our basic survival instincts to our highest states of awareness. To understand the origins of the chakra system, we must turn to the spiritual traditions of ancient India. The earliest references to chakras can be traced back thousands of years, appearing in texts such as the Vedas and the Upanishads. These scriptures form the philosophical bedrock of Hinduism and contain detailed teachings about the nature of reality, consciousness, and the subtle anatomy of the human body. In these writings, the chakras are described as centers of vital energy, or prana, which is life force that permeates all living things. Over time, the chakra system was developed and refined by practitioners of yoga and tantra. The said disciplines sought to harmonize the body, mind, and spirit through practices such as breath control, meditation, and physical postures. The chakras became central to these practices, serving as focal points for the cultivation and transformation of energy. In particular, tantric texts from the first millennium CE offer some of the most detailed and systematic descriptions of the chakras, often associating each center with specific qualities, symbols, colors, and even deities. It is important to recognize that the chakra system was never intended as a rigid or dogmatic framework. Different schools of thought have proposed varying numbers of chakras, ranging from as few as 4 to as many as 1,000. However, the most widely accepted model, especially in the West, identifies 7 primary chakras. These 7 chakras are the root Muladhara, sacral Svadhisthana, solar plexus Manipura, heart Anahata, throat Vishuddha, third eye Ajna, and crown Sahasrara. Each chakra is believed to govern specific physical organs, emotional states, and psychological functions. The chakra system is more than an abstract theory. It is a practical guide for self-understanding and personal growth. It offers a holistic perspective on health, recognizing that our physical ailments, emotional struggles, and mental patterns are deeply interconnected. When our chakras are open and balanced, energy flows freely, and we experience vitality, clarity, and inner peace. When our chakras are blocked or imbalanced, we may feel stuck, anxious, or unwell. By learning to sense and work with, get the companion training course, Chakras Unlocked, completely free for the next 24 hours. Click on the image below to get immediate access. Our chakras, we can cultivate a deeper awareness of ourselves and unlock our potential for healing and transformation. In the modern era, the chakra system has transcended its South Asian origins and found a receptive audience around the globe. Interest in chakras surged in the late 19th and early 20th centuries as Western explorers, scholars, and spiritual seekers encountered Eastern philosophies. Theosophists such as Charles Leadbeater and Alice Bailey played a pivotal role in introducing the chakra system to the West, adapting and reinterpreting it for new audiences. In the decades that followed, the chakras became integrated into diverse fields, from psychology and psychotherapy to bodywork, energy healing, and personal development. Today, the language of chakras is everywhere. Yoga studios offer classes focused on chakra balancing. Therapists incorporate chakra work into their sessions. Artists, musicians, and writers draw inspiration from the vibrant symbolism of the chakras. Even mainstream conversations about well-being and self-care increasingly reference the idea of energy centers and the importance of balance. Despite this popularity, Misconceptions and oversimplifications abound. The chakra system is often reduced to a set of colorful diagrams or catchy slogans, losing much of its original depth and nuance. To truly benefit from the wisdom of the chakras, it is essential to approach the system with respect, curiosity, and discernment. The chakras are not magic buttons to press or quick fixes for life's challenges. They are gateways to self-awareness, inviting us to explore the rich inner landscape of our bodies, minds, and spirits. Working with the chakras requires patience, honesty, and a willingness to engage with both our light and our shadow. It is a path of inquiry, practice, and gradual transformation. At its core, the chakra system reflects a universal truth, that we are multidimensional beings, shaped by forces both seen and unseen. Our health and happiness depend not only on the state of our bodies, but on the quality of our thoughts, emotions, relationships, and aspirations. The chakras provide a language and a framework for understanding these subtle dimensions and for bringing them into greater harmony. Let us take a closer look at the 7 primary chakras and the qualities they represent. The root chakra, located at the base of the spine, is associated with survival, safety, and our connection to the earth. It governs our most basic needs: food, shelter, security, and provides the foundation for all other aspects of our being. When the root chakra is balanced, we feel grounded, stable, and confident. When it is imbalanced, we may experience fear, anxiety, or a sense of disconnection. The sacral chakra, situated just below the navel, is the center of creativity, pleasure, and emotional expression. It is associated with our capacity for intimacy, joy, and the flow of life. A balanced sacral chakra allows us to embrace change, nurture healthy relationships, and enjoy the pleasures of the senses. Imbalances can manifest as emotional numbness, guilt, or difficulties with intimacy. The solar plexus chakra, located in the upper abdomen, is the seat of personal power, will, and self-esteem. It is the source of our confidence, motivation, and ability to set boundaries. When the solar plexus chakra is open and balanced, we feel empowered, decisive, and in control of our lives. When blocked, we may struggle with low self-worth, indecisiveness, or a need to dominate others. The heart chakra at the center of the chest is the bridge between the lower and upper chakras. It is the home of love, compassion, and connection. A balanced heart chakra enables us to give and receive love freely, to forgive, and to experience empathy for ourselves and others. Imbalances may show up as loneliness, bitterness, or an inability to trust. The throat chakra at the base of the throat governs communication, self-expression, and truth. It empowers us to speak our minds, listen deeply, and express our authentic selves. When balanced, the throat chakra supports honest, clear, and creative communication. Imbalances can result in difficulty expressing oneself, fear of judgment, or conversely, excessive talkativeness. The third eye chakra between the eyebrows is the center of intuition, insight, and imagination. It allows us to perceive beyond the surface, to access wisdom, and to cultivate a sense of inner knowing. A balanced third eye chakra brings clarity, vision, and a strong sense of purpose. When blocked, we may feel confused, disconnected from our intuition, or trapped in rigid thinking. The crown chakra at the top of the head represents our connection to the divine, to universal consciousness, and to the greater mysteries of existence. It is the source of inspiration, spiritual insight, and transcendence. A balanced crown chakra fosters a sense of unity, peace, and openness to the infinite. Imbalances may manifest as spiritual disconnection, cynicism, or escapism. Each chakra is traditionally associated with specific colors, sounds, elements, and even physical organs or glands. For example, the root chakra is linked to the color red and the element earth, the sacral chakra to orange and water, the solar plexus to yellow and fire, the heart to green and air, the throat to blue and ether, the third eye to indigo and light, and the crown to violet or white and pure consciousness. These associations offer additional layers of meaning and can serve as tools for meditation, visualization, and healing. It is important to note that the chakras are not isolated or static entities. They are dynamic and interdependent, forming a continuous flow of energy along the central channel of the body, known in Sanskrit as the Sushumna Nadi. This central channel is flanked by 2 other major energy pathways, the Ida and Pingala nadis, which spiral around the chakras and represent the balancing forces of yin and yang, feminine and masculine, moon, and sun. The interplay of these energies shapes our experience of life and our journey towards wholeness. Modern science has not confirmed the existence of chakras in the way it has mapped nerves or blood vessels. However, recent advances in fields such as psychoneuroimmunology, somatic psychology, and energy medicine suggest that our physical, emotional, and energetic states are closely linked. Practices that aim to balance the chakras, such as yoga, meditation, breathwork, and sound healing, have been shown to reduce stress, improve mood, and support overall health. While the language and methods may differ, the underlying principle remains the same. Our well-being depends on the harmonious flow of energy within and around us. One of the most compelling aspects of the chakra system is its capacity to bridge ancient wisdom and contemporary needs. In a world characterized by rapid change, information overload, and chronic stress, many of us feel disconnected from ourselves, from others, and from the natural world. The chakras offer a way to reconnect, to cultivate presence, and to foster a sense of integration amidst the chaos. They remind us that true health is not merely the absence of disease, but the presence of vitality, balance, and purpose. The chakra system also provides a framework for understanding the challenges and opportunities of personal growth. Each chakra represents a stage in our development, both individually and collectively. The lower chakras correspond to our earliest needs and instincts, while the higher chakras reflect our aspirations and capacity for transcendence. As we move through life, we may encounter blockages or wounds at different levels, often rooted in past experiences or cultural conditioning. By bringing awareness to these patterns and working to heal them, we can unlock new levels of freedom, creativity, and fulfillment. Working with the chakras is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. It involves listening to our bodies, observing our thoughts and emotions, and cultivating practices that support our growth. There are many ways to engage with the chakras, from physical exercises and breathwork to visualization, sound, and affirmations. The key is to approach this work with openness, patience, and self-compassion. There is no right or wrong way to explore the chakras. Each person's journey is unique. It is also valuable to recognize that the chakra system is part of a larger tapestry of spiritual and healing traditions. Similar concepts of energy centers and pathways can be found in Chinese medicine, with its meridians and dantians, in Tibetan Buddhism, with its own chakra system, and in various indigenous cultures around the world. These systems may differ in their specifics, but they share a common understanding that life is animated by subtle energies, and that our health and happiness depend on the free and balanced flow of these energies. In recent years, scientific interest in the mind-body connection has begun to validate many of the insights offered by the chakra system. Research in areas such as mindfulness, meditation, and somatic therapy demonstrates that our thoughts, emotions, and physical states are deeply intertwined. Practices that cultivate awareness and balance, such as those associated with chakra work, can have profound effects on our health, resilience, and quality of life. Despite these advances, it is important to approach the chakra system with a spirit of inquiry rather than blind belief. The chakras are not fixed things to be found under a microscope, but dynamic processes that reflect the interplay of body, mind, and spirit. Their value lies not in their literal existence, but in their capacity to illuminate the hidden patterns of our lives and to guide us towards greater harmony. The chakra system is a map, not the territory, a tool for exploration, not a dogmatobe imposed. In this book, we will explore the chakras as living, breathing aspects of our being. We will examine each chakra in detail, exploring its qualities, functions, and common imbalances. We will discuss practical techniques for sensing, balancing, and awakening the chakras, drawing on both ancient wisdom and modern insights. Throughout, the emphasis will be on personal experience and practical application, empowering you to integrate the teachings of the chakras into your daily life. As you begin this journey, it is helpful to adopt a beginner's mind, a spirit of openness, curiosity, and self-compassion. The process of working with the chakras is not about achieving perfection or fixing what is wrong. It is about deepening your relationship with yourself, discovering new dimensions of your being, and cultivating a sense of wholeness. Along the way, you may encounter challenges, resistance, or unexpected insights. These are all part of the process, and each step offers an opportunity for learning and growth. The chakra path is ultimately a journey of awakening consciousness. It invites us to move beyond the surface of our lives and to explore the depths of our inner world. It challenges us to bring awareness to the patterns that shape our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, and to make conscious choices that support our highest good. It reminds us that we are not separate from the world around us, but part of a vast web of life, energy, and consciousness. In practical terms, working with the chakras can bring many benefits. Physically, it can promote relaxation, reduce stress, and support the body's natural healing processes. Emotionally, it can help us release old wounds, cultivate resilience, and experience greater joy and connection. Mentally, it can foster clarity, creativity, and focus. Spiritually, it can open us to deeper levels of insight, intuition, and peace. The chakra system also encourages us to embrace our complexity. We are not just bodies or minds or spirits. We are all of these and more. The chakras invite us to honor every aspect of ourselves, to ground in the earth, to delight in the senses, to stand in our power, to open our hearts, to speak our truth, to trust our intuition, and to commune with the infinite. As you read this book and begin to explore the chakras in your own life, remember that the path is not linear. You may find that certain chakras call to you more strongly at different times, or that your focus shifts as you grow and change. This is natural and to be expected. The chakra system is a living tradition, meant to evolve and adapt to the needs of each individual and each generation. The modern world is full of distractions, demands, and pressures that can pull us away from ourselves. The chakra path offers a way to return, to reconnect with our inner wisdom, to restore balance, and to awaken to the fullness of who we are. Whether you are new to the chakras or have been working with them for years, there is always more to discover, more to learn, and more to integrate. In closing this introduction, let us remember that the chakra system is ultimately about connection. It is about connecting with our bodies, our emotions, our minds, our spirits, and with the world around us. It is about recognizing that we are part of something larger, a living, breathing universe of energy and consciousness. By learning to sense, balance, and awaken our chakras, we step onto a path of healing, growth, and transformation. May this journey bring you greater awareness, deeper peace, and a renewed sense of purpose. May you discover the wisdom and vitality that lie within you, waiting to be awakened. And may the chakra path guide you towards a life of balance, harmony, and fulfillment. As we move forward, the next chapters will delve into each chakra in detail, offering practical exercises, meditations, and insights to support your personal exploration. You will learn how to sense the subtle energies within your body, how to identify and heal imbalances, and how to cultivate a state of vibrant health and expanded consciousness. The journey may be challenging at times, but it is also rich with possibility, wonder, and growth. Remember, the chakra path is not a destination, but a way of being. It is an invitation to live with greater awareness, authenticity, and compassion. It is a call to awaken the dormant energies within you and to step into the fullness of your potential. Wherever you are on your journey, know that you are supported by the wisdom of countless seekers who have walked this path before you, and by the boundless energies that flow through all of creation. Let us embark on this journey together, with open hearts and curious minds, ready to explore the mysteries of the chakras and the infinite possibilities they hold. The path awaits. Chapter 2. Energy and Consciousness. The foundation's energy and consciousness are two of the most profound and elusive concepts explored by humanity. They have inspired philosophers, scientists, healers, and spiritual seekers for centuries, offering a bridge between the tangible world of matter and the intangible realms of thought, emotion, and spirit. To understand the chakras and their influence on our lives, it is essential to first grasp what is meant by energy and consciousness, how these forces operate, and how they are intimately intertwined. Let us begin with energy. In the broadest sense, energy is the force or vitality that permeates everything in the universe. Modern science defines energy as the capacity to do work, manifesting in forms such as heat, light, motion, and electricity. But in spiritual traditions, energy takes on a more subtle meaning. It is the life force that animates all living things, the invisible current that flows through nature, our bodies, and even our thoughts and feelings. Different cultures have given this force mana names: prana in India, chi in China, kai in Japan, and mana in Polynesia. Despite the diversity of language and cultural context, the underlying idea remains the same. There is a vital essence that sustains life and connects all things. This life force is not merely a poetic metaphor. It is experienced directly in many ways. When you feel invigorated after a walk in nature, or drained after a stressful day, you are responding to fluctuations in your energy. The warmth of a heartfelt embrace, the heaviness of grief, the lightness of joy, these Ariel felt as energetic states within the body and mind. In the context of the chakra system, energy is the medium through which the chakras operate. The chakras are not physical organs. They are centers or vortices of subtle energy, each with its own frequency, qualities, and effects on our physical, emotional, and mental well-being. To further clarify, consider the analogy of electricity. You cannot see electricity itself, but you can perceive its effects. The light in a bulb, the hum of a refrigerator, the warmth of a heater. Similarly, you may not see your life force with your eyes, but you can sense its presence and flow within your body. Ancient yogic texts speak of nadis, the channels through which prana flows, much like the wires that carry electricity in a house. When this energy flows freely and harmoniously, we feel alive, balanced, and healthy. When it is blocked or stagnant, we may experience fatigue, illness, or emotional distress. The concept of consciousness is even more mysterious and profound. Consciousness is the capacity for awareness, perception, and experience. It is what allows you to know that you exist, to think, to feel, to observe the world around you and reflect upon it. Some traditions describe consciousness as the very ground of being, the source from which all reality emerges. Others see it as a byproduct of complex brain activity. Regardless of the philosophical stance, consciousness is the lens through which we experience life. Consciousness is not a fixed or static quality. It is dynamic, capable of expansion and contraction, clarity and confusion, wakefulness and sleep. At times, our awareness may be narrow and focused, as when we are absorbed in a task or lost in thought. At other times, it may expand to encompass a sense of unity with nature, other people, or the cosmos. The chakras serve as gateways or lenses for the expression and evolution of consciousness. Each chakra corresponds to a different aspect of awareness, from the basic instincts of survival to the heights of spiritual insight. The relationship between energy and consciousness is deeply reciprocal. Energy is shaped by consciousness, and consciousness is influenced by energy. Consider a moment when you are anxious. Your thoughts race, your heart pounds, your muscles tense. Here, your state of consciousness, worrying about a future event, generates shifts in your energy, manifesting as physical sensations and emotional turbulence. Conversely, when you engage in deep breathing, meditation, or yoga, you alter the flow of energy in your body, which in turn quiets your mind and brings about a calmer, more expansive state of awareness. This interplay between energy and consciousness is at the heart of the chakra system. The chakras act as both receivers and transmitters of energy, and as focal points for different levels of consciousness. Each chakra is associated with particular physical organs, emotional states, mental patterns, and spiritual qualities. By understanding and working with the chakras, we can learn to balance our energy, heal old wounds, and awaken higher levels of consciousness. The ancient yogis who developed the chakra system were keen observers of the human experience. Through meditation, breathwork, and other practices, they discovered that the flow of energy in the body was not random, but organized into patterns and centers. These centers, the chakras, are said to be aligned along the central channel of the body, the Sushumna Nadi, running from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Each chakra functions as a kind of transformer, regulating the level and quality of energy that moves through it and influencing corresponding aspects of consciousness. To appreciate how the chakras mediate between energy and consciousness, imagine the human being as a musical instrument. The chakras are like the strings of a guitar. When each string is properly tuned, the instrument produces beautiful, harmonious music. If a string is too tight or too loose, that sound is discordant. In the same way, when our chakras are balanced and open, our life energy flows freely, and our consciousness is clear, vibrant, and harmonious. When chakras are blocked, overactive, or underactive, we may experience physical, emotional, or psychological challenges. Let us explore more deeply how energy manifests in the human experience. From the moment of conception, our bodies begin to organize and differentiate, guided by mysterious forces that modern biology is only beginning to understand. The ancient sages perceived this as the movement of prana, the vital energy that shapes life. As we grow, prana animates every cell, organ, and system, sustaining health and vitality. It also forms the basis of our emotions and thoughts, which are themselves patterns of energy. The flow of energy in the body is not uniform. It tends to concentrate in certain areas, along the spine, at the joints, in the organs. The chakras are the main centers where this concentration is most potent. Each chakra is described as a spinning wheel or vortex of energy, drawing in and radiating prana. The first chakra, at the base of the spine, governs our sense of security and survival. The second, in the lower abdomen, relates to creativity and sexuality. The third, at the solar plexus, is the seat of personal power and will. The fourth, at the heart, is the center of love and compassion. The fifth, at the throat, governs communication and expression. The sixth, at the brow, is associated with intuition and insight. The seventh, at the crown of the head, connects us to higher consciousness and spiritual awakening. Energy in the body is not only influenced by physical factors such as diet, exercise, and environment, but also by our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. Chronic fear, for example, may constrict the flow of energy in the root chakra, leading to feelings of insecurity or physical ailments in the lower body. Suppressed anger can block the solar plexus chakra, manifesting as digestive issues or lack of confidence. Unexpressed grief may close the heart chakra, resulting in emotional numbness or difficulty in relationships. Conversely, positive states of mind, such as gratitude, joy, and love, tend to open and harmonize the chakras, supporting health and well-being. Modern research is beginning to validate some of these ancient insights. The field of psychoneuroimmunology, for example, studies how emotions and thoughts influence the immune system and overall health. Practices like meditation, yoga, and tai chi, which are designed to balance the flow of energy, have been shown to reduce stress, enhance emotional regulation, and improve physical health. While science has yet to fully map the subtle energy systems described in traditional texts, the growing body of evidence points to a profound connection between mind, body, and energy. Consciousness, meanwhile, is the field in which all experience arises. It is both the witness and the creator of reality. Each moment of your life is shaped by your state of consciousness. When your awareness is contracted, focused on survival, or driven by fear, your experience of the world is narrow and reactive. When your awareness expands, embracing love, curiosity, and unity, your experience becomes richer and more meaningful. The chakras provide a map for the evolution of consciousness, from the basic instincts of the root chakra to the transcendent awareness of the crown. The process of awakening consciousness is not a linear journey but a dynamic dance. At times, you may find yourself operating from the lower chakras, concerned with security, pleasure, or power. At other times, you may be drawn to the higher chakras, seeking insight, inspiration, or connection with the divine. Both poles are necessary and valuable. The goal is not to reject the lower chakras in favor of the higher, but to integrate all levels of consciousness, allowing energy to flow freely up and down the central channel. One of the most powerful ways to work with the chakras is through self-awareness. By observing your thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations, you can begin to sense where your energy is flowing freely and where it is blocked. This awareness is the first step toward healing and transformation. 4. Example, if you notice a tightness in your chest whenever you think about a particular relationship, this may indicate a blockage in the heart chakra. By bringing gentle attention to this area, breathing into it, and exploring the underlying emotions, you can begin to release the block and restore balance. Another key practice is intention. Energy follows attention. Where you place your awareness, energy tends to flow. This is why visualization, affirmation, and mindful movement are so effective in chakra work. When you visualize a warm, vibrant light at the base of your spine, or repeat an affirmation of safety and security, you are directing energy to the root chakra and strengthening its qualities. When you sing, chant, or speak your truth, You activate the throat chakra and enhance your capacity for authentic expression. Breath is another bridge between energy and consciousness. In yogic tradition, breath is seen as the vehicle of prana, the vital life force. Conscious breathing techniques, such as pranayama, can be used to regulate the flow of energy, calm the mind, and awaken higher states of consciousness. Each chakra responds to different patterns of breath. Deep, slow breathing grounds the energy in the lower chakras, while rapid or alternate nostril breathing can stimulate the higher centers. The interplay between energy and consciousness is also reflected in the body's rhythms and cycles. The flow of energy through the chakras is not constant, but fluctuates with the time of day, the face of the moon, the seasons, and the stages of life. For example, the energy of the root chakra is often strongest in the early morning, when we are focused on survival and getting our day started. The heart chakra may become more active in the afternoon, as we connect with others and engage in social activities. The brow and crown chakras are often more accessible in the quiet of the night, when the mind is calm and receptive to insight. Understanding these rhythms can help you align your practices with the natural flow of energy and consciousness. For instance, you might choose to meditate on the heart chakra during the afternoon, when its energy is naturally heightened, or practice grounding exercises in the morning to stabilize the root. By tuning into your own cycles and the cycles of nature, you can deepen your connection to the chakras and enhance your overall well-being. It is important to recognize that energy and consciousness are not isolated phenomena, but part of a larger web of interconnection. The individual chakras are not separate entities, but aspects of a unified whole. When one chakra is out of balance, it affects the others. For example, a blockage in the throat chakra may lead to frustration in expressing emotions, which in turn can create tension in the heart or solar plexus chakras. Healing and awakening require an integrated approach, addressing the entire system rather than focusing on individual parts. This holistic perspective is reflected in many healing traditions. In Ayurveda, the ancient Indian science of life, health is seen as a state of balance between body, mind, and spirit. Disease is understood as a disruption in the flow of energy or a distortion of consciousness. Treatment involves restoring harmony through diet, herbs, massage, meditation, and other practices that balance the chakras and the doshas, or elemental energies. Similarly, Chinese medicine views health as the free flow of qi through meridians, and illness as a blockage or imbalance in this flow. The chakra system offers a practical framework for understanding and working with energy and consciousness. It provides a map of the subtle body, highlighting the key centers where transformation can occur. By learning to sense, balance, and awaken the chakras, you can enhance your vitality, heal old wounds, and expand your awareness. This is not a matter of adopting a new belief system, but of cultivating direct experience through practice and self-inquiry. As you begin to explore the chakras, you may notice subtle shifts in your energy and consciousness. You might feel more grounded, centered, and at ease. You may experience greater clarity of mind, deeper emotional resilience, and a stronger sense of purpose. Over time, you may discover a growing sense of connection to yourself, to others, and to the larger field of life. These changes are not always dramatic or immediate. They often unfold gradually, as layers of tension and conditioning are released. One of the gifts of working with the chakras is the realization that you are not a passive victim of circumstance, but an active participant in the creation of your reality. By becoming aware of your energy and consciousness, you can choose how to respond to life's challenges and opportunities. You can learn to transform fear into courage, anger into clarity, sadness into compassion. You can cultivate the qualities you wish to embody, such as strength, love, creativity, and wisdom, by nurturing the corresponding chakras. This process of transformation is both personal and universal. While each person's journey is unique, the basic principles of energy and consciousness are shared by all. We are all animated by the same life force, and we all possess the capacity for awareness and growth. The chakras offer a language and a toolkit for navigating this journey, helping us to heal, awaken, and realize our fullest potential. It is also important to approach this work with humility and curiosity. The chakras are not rigid structures or mechanical parts, but living, dynamic centers that reflect the complexity and mystery of life. There is no single, definitive way to work with them. Different traditions offer different models, practices, and interpretations. What matters most is your own experience and intention. Trust your intuition, be gentle with yourself, and allow the process to unfold in its own time. As you deepen your understanding of energy and consciousness, you may find that the boundaries between self and other, inner and outer, begin to dissolve. You may experience moments of unity where you feel connected to all of life. These glimpses of expanded consciousness are not the exclusive domain of mystics or saints. They are available to anyone who is willing to listen, observe, and open to the flow of energy within and around them. In summary, energy is the vital force that animates all life, and consciousness is the field of awareness in which all experience arises. The chakras are centers where energy and consciousness intersect, shaping our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. By learning to sense, balance, and awaken the chakras, we can cultivate health, resilience, and wisdom. This journey is both ancient and ever new, inviting us to explore the depths of our being and the heights of our potential. As you continue along the chakra path, remember that you are both the traveler and the destination. Your journey through the chakras is a journey into your own deepest essence, a process of remembering who you truly are. With each step, you awaken more fully to the richness of life, the power of energy, and the boundless possibilities of consciousness. The path is yours to walk, and the adventure has only just begun. Chapter 3. The Science and Mythology of Chakras. Chapter 3. The science and mythology of chakras. The journey along the chakra path is both ancient and modern, weaving together the threads of myth, tradition, and contemporary science. To understand chakras fully, it is essential to appreciate the rich tapestry of stories, beliefs, and investigations that have shaped our understanding of these energy centers. This chapter delves into the origins of chakra theory, its evolution across cultures, and how scientific inquiry has sought to interpret, validate, or challenge these age-old concepts. Through this exploration, we lay the foundation for a balanced perspective, one that honors the wisdom of the past while engaging with the insights of the present. The historical roots of chakras. The word chakra comes from the Sanskrit language, meaning wheel or disc. In the context of spiritual traditions, chakras are described as spinning vortices or centers of energy located along the central channel of the body. The earliest references to chakras can be traced back to the ancient spiritual texts of India, particularly the Vedas and the Upanishads, composed between 1500 and 500 BCE. These texts do not always refer to chakras in the way modern practitioners might expect, but they lay the groundwork for later developments in yogic and tantric traditions. The Upanishads, a collection of philosophical treatises, contain some of the earliest explicit references to energy centers and channels within the human body. For example, the Yoga Upanishads and the Chandogya Upanishad describe the existence of subtle channels, or nadis, through which prana, the vital life force, flows. Among these nadis, the Sushumna, Ida, and Pingala are the most important, serving as conduits for energy and consciousness. The chakras are conceptualized as intersections or nodes along these channels, each associated with particular qualities, deities, and elements. The classical text most closely associated with the systematization of the chakras is the Satchakra Nirupanna, authored by Swami Purnananda in the 16th century. This text details the 7 major chakras, their locations, associated sounds, bija mantras, symbolic animals, deities, and colors. The symbolism is rich and multi-layered, drawing on earlier tantric and yogic traditions. Over time, the sadhyas were elaborated upon by countless teachers, each adding their own interpretations and practices. The 7-chakra system. While there are various models of chakras, some systems describe 3, 5, 6, or even more than 7 centers. The 7-chakra system has become the most widely recognized, especially in Western adaptations of yoga and holistic health. These 7 chakras are typically depicted as aligned along the spine, from the base to the crown of the head. Get the companion training course, Chakras Unlocked, completely free for the next 24 hours. Click on the image below to get immediate access. 1. Muladhara, root chakra, base of the spine. 2. Svadhisthana, Sacral chakra, lower abdomen 3, Manipura, solar plexus chakra, navel area 4, Anahata, heart chakra, center of the chest 5, Vishuddha, throat chakra, throat 6, Ajna, third eye chakra, between the eyebrows 7. Sahasrara, crown chakra, top of the head. Each chakra is associated with specific physiological and psychological functions, elements, colors, and sounds. For example, the root chakra is linked to survival instincts and the earth element, while the heart chakra is associated with love and the air element. These associations are not arbitrary. They reflect a sophisticated symbolic system that maps physical, emotional, and spiritual experiences onto the subtle anatomy of the body. Chakras in other traditions. Although the chakra system is most commonly associated with Indian spirituality, the concept of energy centers is not unique to this tradition. Many cultures have developed analogous models, each with its own terminology, symbolism, and practices. In the Chinese tradition, the concept of qi, or kai, flows through meridians, forming the basis of acupuncture and qigong. While the meridian system is distinct from the chakranati model, both describe a network of subtle energies that influence health and consciousness. The Chinese system also recognizes energy centers, such as the danshan, which are focal points for cultivating and storing qi. Tibetan Buddhism has its own sophisticated model of subtle anatomy, known as the Tsa Lung system. Here, the channels Tsa and Win's lung correspond to nadis and prana, respectively. Tibetan yogic practices, such as Tummo and dream yoga, involve working with these channels and energy centers to achieve spiritual realization. The number and location of chakras in Tibetan systems vary, but the underlying principle of energy flowing through the body remains central. In Western esoteric traditions, such as Kabbalah and Hermeticism, there are also references to spiritual centers, or sephiroth, and energy currents, though these models differ in structure and symbolism. The convergence of these ideas across cultures suggests a universal intuition about the existence of subtle energies and their role in human experience. The evolution of chakra theory in the West. The introduction of the chakra system to the Western world occurred primarily in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, largely through the work of theosophists and early yoga teachers. Figures such as Sir John Woodroffe, Arthur Avalon, Charles Leadbeater, and Alice Bailey played pivotal roles in translating and popularizing Indian esoteric concepts for Western audiences. Sir John Woodroffe's seminal work, The Serpent Power, published in 1919, offered detailed translations and commentaries on key tantric texts, including the Sat Chakra Nirupana. Woodroffe represented the chakras as centers of psychic and spiritual power, accessible through yogic practice. Charles Leadbeater, a prominent theosophist, published The Chakras in 1927, which included vivid clairvoyant descriptions and colorful illustrations of the chakras. These works contributed to the growing fascination with Eastern spirituality among Western seekers. During the 1960s and 1970s, the counterculture movement and the rise of interest in alternative medicine brought yoga and chakra theory into mainstream awareness. Teachers such as Swami Satchidananda, Yogi Bhajan, and BKS Iyengar introduced yoga practices that incorporate chakra-based meditations and visualizations. Psychological interpretations of the chakras, pioneered figures like Carl Jung, further expanded their appeal. Jung drew parallels between the chakra system and his own theories of archetypes and individuation, suggesting that the chakras represent stages of psychological development and integration. Today, the chakra system is a common feature of yoga studios, holistic health practices, and self-help literature. It has been adapted, reinterpreted, and sometimes simplified to suit contemporary sensibilities. While some purists lament the loss of traditional context, others see this evolution as a testament to the enduring relevance of the chakra model. The symbolism and mythology of chakras. The mythology surrounding chakras is as rich and varied as the cultures that have embraced them. In Hindu and Buddhist iconography, chakras are depicted as lotus flowers with varying numbers of petals, each adorned with specific symbols and mantras. The lotus, a symbol of purity and spiritual awakening, underscores the transformative potential of the chakras. Each chakra has its own mythology, rooted in the stories of gods, goddesses, and cosmic forces. For example, the The root chakra is associated with Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, who embodies groundedness and stability. The heart chakra is linked to the deity Shiva and the goddess Parvati, representing the union of masculine and feminine energies. These mythological associations serve as mnemonic devices, helping practitioners internalize the qualities and lessons of each chakra. The journey through the chakras is often likened to the ascent of the Kundalini, a serpent-like energy believed to reside at the base of the spine. In yogic mythology, the awakening of Kundalini leads to the activation of the chakras and the realization of one's highest potential. This process is described in vivid terms, with references to inner lights, sounds, and states of ecstasy. While these descriptions may seem fantastical to the modern reader, they encode profound psychological and spiritual insights. The scientific perspective, energy, physiology, and psychology. The question of whether chakras exist as literal entities or as symbolic constructs has long been debated. From a scientific standpoint, there is no direct empirical evidence for spinning wheels of energy located along the spine. However, this does not mean that the chakra system is devoid of value or relevance. Rather, it invites us to consider multiple layers of meaning: physiological, psychological, and energetic. Physiological correlates. Some researchers and practitioners have sought to map the chakras onto known anatomical structures. Notably, the locations of the 7 major chakras correspond roughly to major nerve plexuses and endocrine glands in the body. For example, the root chakra aligns with the coccygeal plexus and the adrenal glands, the sacral chakra with the sacral plexus and reproductive organs, the solar plexus chakra with the solar plexus and pancreas, the heart chakra with the cardiac plexus and thymus gland, the throat chakra with the cervical plexus and thyroid gland, the third eye chakra with the pituitary gland, and the crown chakra with the pineal gland. These associations suggest that ancient yogis may have intuited connections between states of consciousness and physiological processes. Modern research in psychoneuroimmunology has demonstrated that mental states can influence hormonal and immune function, lending some credence to the idea that practices targeting the chakras could have measurable effects on the body. Biofield and energy medicine. The concept of a human energy field, or biofield, is gaining increasing attention in scientific circles. The biofield is defined as the complex, dynamic electromagnetic field generated by the body, encompassing electrical activity in the heart, brain, and nervous system. While the biofield does not correspond directly to chakras or nadis, some researchers speculate that practices such as meditation, yoga, and Reiki may influence the biofield in ways that promote health and well-being. Studies using sensitive instruments, such as magnetoencephalography, MEG, and electroencephalography, EEG, have detected subtle changes in electromagnetic activity during meditation and energy healing practices. While these findings are preliminary and often controversial, they open the door to further inquiry into the nature of subtle energies and their role in human health. Psychological interpretations. Perhaps the most fruitful area of scientific engagement with the chakra system is psychology. The chakras can be understood as archetypal symbols representing different aspects of human experience: survival, creativity, power, love, communication, intuition, and transcendence. Carl Jung, as mentioned earlier, saw the chakra journey as a metaphor for individuation, the process of integrating the conscious and unconscious mind. Modern psychologists have drawn parallels between the chakras and developmental stages, personality traits, and emotional patterns. For example, unresolved issues in childhood may manifest as blockages in the lower chakras, while challenges in self-expression or intuition may relate to the upper chakras. Therapeutic approaches such as somatic therapy, bioenergetics, and mindfulness-based practices often echo the principles found in chakra theory, emphasizing the integration of body, mind, and spirit. The placebo effect and self-regulation. Another important consideration is the role of belief and intention in healing. The placebo effect, the well-documented phenomenon where patients experience real improvements due to their expectations and beliefs, demonstrates the power of the mind, in shaping physiological outcomes. Practices that involve focusing attention, setting intentions, and visualizing energy flow through the chakras may activate the body's self-regulatory mechanisms, leading to tangible benefits. From this perspective, the chakra system functions as a sophisticated psychosomatic map, guiding practitioners toward greater self-awareness and self-healing. Whether or not chakras exist as physical entities, the act of working with them can have profound effects on one's sense of well-being and vitality. Challenges and critiques. Despite the popularity of the chakra system, it is not without its critics. Skeptics argue that the lack of empirical evidence for chakras undermines their scientific credibility. Some scholars caution against uncritical adoption of Eastern concepts without a clear understanding of their original context and meaning. There is also the risk of spiritual bypassing, where individuals use chakra work to avoid confronting deeper psychological or emotional issues. Like any system, the chakras can be misused or misunderstood, leading to confusion or disappointment. It is important to approach chakra practice with discernment, humility, and a willingness to engage with both its strengths and limitations. Integrating science and myth rather than viewing science and mythology as opposing forces, it is possible to see them as complementary lenses through which to explore the mysteries of human existence. Mythology offers rich metaphors and narratives that speak to the depths of the psyche, while science provides tools for investigation, measurement, and validation. The chakra system, situated at the intersection of these domains, invites us to honor both the symbolic and the empirical. By recognizing the value of myth and metaphor, we can access layers of meaning that transcend literal interpretation. At the same time, by engaging with scientific inquiry, we can refine our understanding and practice in ways that are grounded, effective, and responsive to new discoveries. Contemporary research and emerging theories. In recent years, there has been a growing interest in the intersection of spirituality, consciousness, and health. Researchers in fields such as neuroscience, psychoneuroimmunology, and contemplative studies are exploring the effects of meditation, yoga, and energy healing on the brain and body. For example, studies have shown that regular meditation can alter brain structure and function, enhancing areas associated with attention, emotion regulation, and self-awareness. Yoga practices that incorporate breathwork, movement, and visualization have been linked to reductions in stress, anxiety, and depression. While these studies do not prove the existence of chakras, they suggest that practices traditionally associated with chakra work can have measurable benefits. Some theorists propose that the chakra system represents an early attempt to map the inner landscape of the mind and body, a proto-psychological model that anticipates modern understandings of psychosomatic health. Others suggest that the chakras may correspond to patterns of brain activity, neural networks, or resonance phenomena within the body's electromagnetic field. The limits of measurement. One of the challenges in researching chakras is the lack of objective, standardized measures. The subtle energies described in traditional texts may not be detectable with current scientific instruments, or they may operate at levels that elude conventional frameworks. This does not necessarily invalidate the chakra model, but it highlights the limitations of reductionist approaches when dealing with complex, multidimensional phenomena. It is also worth noting that many traditional cultures did not draw sharp distinctions between physical, psychological, and spiritual realities. The chakra system reflects a holistic worldview in which body, mind, and spirit are intimately interconnected. Modern science, with its emphasis on compartmentalization and quantification, may struggle to capture the full richness of this perspective. A balanced approach. As we navigate the chakra path, it is helpful to adopt a balanced approach, one that honors tradition while remaining open to new insights. The chakras offer a powerful framework for self-exploration, healing, and transformation, regardless of whether we interpret them as literal energy centers or as symbolic maps of consciousness. For those drawn to scientific validation, it is possible to focus on the measurable effects of chakra-based practices, such as improvements in mood, stress reduction, or enhanced self-awareness. For those inspired by mythology and symbolism, the chakras provide a rich language for articulating the mysteries of the human experience. Ultimately, the value of the chakra system lies not in its literal truth, but in its capacity to inspire growth, balance, and awakening. Practical implications understanding the history, mythology, and science of chakras can inform and enrich your practice. When working with the chakras, consider the following. Context matters. Recognize the cultural and historical roots of the chakra system. Approach the practices with respect and curiosity, seeking to understand their original intent as well as their contemporary applications. Symbolism is powerful. Use the symbols, colors, and stories associated with each chakra as tools for reflection and insight. Allow the mythology to speak to your imagination and intuition without becoming attached to literal interpretations. Science offers guidance. Pay attention to the research on meditation, yoga, and mind-body health. Use practices that are supported by evidence and be willing to adapt or refine your approach as new information emerges. Integration is key. Remember that the chakras represent a holistic system. Work with body, mind, and spirit together rather than focusing exclusively on one aspect. Self-inquiry. Use the chakra system as a mirror for self-exploration. Notice which chakras feel open or blocked and reflect on the corresponding areas of your life. Use this awareness as a starting point for growth and healing. The ongoing journey, the science and mythology of chakras, remind us that human beings have always sought to understand the mysteries of existence. Whether through ancient scriptures, mythic narratives, or scientific investigation, we are drawn to explore the invisible forces that shape our lives. The chakra system stands as a testament to this quest, a map that guides us through the inner landscape, inviting us to balance our energies, awaken our consciousness, and realize our fullest potential. As you continue along the chakra path, hold these perspectives in balance. Let the wisdom of tradition inspire you, let the discoveries of science inform you, and let your own experience be your guide. The journey is both ancient and ever new, a dance between myth and measurement, faith and inquiry, body and spirit. In honoring both the science and mythology of chakras, you honor the wholeness of your own being and the boundless possibilities that await. Chapter 4. Mapping the 7 Major Chakras. Chapter 4. Mapping the 7 major chakras. The journey along the chakra path is at once an exploration of the subtle landscape within and a practical roadmap for understanding our physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. In this chapter, we will embark on a detailed tour of the 7 major chakras, each a vital energy center within the human body. By learning about their locations and basic functions, you will gain the foundational knowledge necessary to begin the process of chakra balancing and conscious awakening. The chakras, as described in ancient Indian traditions, are not physical organs, but rather energetic centers that influence and reflect various aspects of our being. They are most commonly visualized as spinning wheels or vortices of energy, aligned along the central channel of the body, the sushumna nadi, running from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Each chakra is associated with particular physiological systems, emotions, archetypes, colors, and even sounds. Understanding the chakras is not merely an intellectual exercise. It is an invitation to tune in to the wisdom of your body and mind and to cultivate harmony on every level. Let us now begin our exploration at the very foundation, the root, and ascend step by step through each chakra, illuminating their unique qualities and how they interrelate to create the rich tapestry of human experience. The root chakra. Muladhara. The root chakra, known in Sanskrit as Muladhara, is located at the base of the spine, at the perineum for men and the cervix for women. It is the foundation upon which all the other chakras are built, often depicted as a vibrant red lotus with 4 petals. This chakra governs our sense of safety, security, and belonging. It is intimately linked with survival instincts, physical identity, and our connection to the earth. When the root chakra is balanced, we feel grounded, stable, and able to meet life's challenges with resilience. We possess a sense of belonging, both to our bodies and to the world around us. Our basic needs for food, shelter, and safety are acknowledged and met, allowing us to move through life with confidence. Physically, the root chakra is associated with the legs, feet, bones, large intestine, and adrenal glands. Imbalances in the root chakra can manifest as feelings of anxiety, fear, or insecurity. We may experience physical symptoms such as lower back pain, elimination problems, or immune system issues. On an emotional level, unbalanced Muladhara can lead to restlessness, financial instability, or a pervasive sense of not belonging. To nourish the root chakra, practices that connect you to your body and the earth are essential. Walking barefoot on natural ground, practicing grounding yoga poses, or simply spending time in nature can all help cultivate stability. The affirmation, "I am safe, I am grounded, I belong here," can be a powerful tool for reinforcing root chakra balance. The sacral chakra. Svadhisthana moving upward, the second chakra is the sacral chakra, or Svadhisthana, which translates as one's own abode. Located about 2 inches below the navel, in the pelvic region, this chakra is represented by a 6-petaled lotus and the color orange. Svadhisthana governs creativity, pleasure, sexuality, and the flow of emotions. It is the seat of our desires, passions, and the ability to experience joy. A balanced sacral chakra allows us to move with the ebb and flow of life, experiencing pleasure without guilt and expressing our creativity freely. It is the source of our emotional intelligence, our capacity for intimacy, and our ability to nurture ourselves and others. Physically, Svadhisthana is connected to their productive organs, kidneys, bladder, and lower abdomen. When the sacral chakra is blocked or imbalanced, we may feel emotionally numb or overly sensitive. Creative blocks, sexual dysfunction, or feelings of shame may arise. Physically, this can manifest as reproductive issues, urinary problems, or lower back pain. On a psychological level, an unbalanced sacral chakra may lead to dependency, addiction, or a fear of change. To support the sacral chakra, engage in activities that allow for creative expression: painting, dancing, writing, or even cooking. Allow yourself to feel and honor your emotions without judgment. Water, the element associated with this chakra, offers cleansing and renewal. Swimming or taking soothing baths can help restore balance. The affirmation, "I deserve pleasure and abundance, I honor my body and emotions," can be a gentle reminder of your inherent worthiness. The solar plexus chakra. Manipura, the third chakra, Manipura, is known as the solar plexus chakra. Situated in the upper abdomen, just above the navel, Manipura is often visualized as a radiant yellow lotus with 10 petals. This chakra governs personal power, will, self-esteem, and the ability to take action and assert oneself in the world. A balanced solar plexus chakra gives rise to confidence, motivation, and a clear sense of purpose. It is the energetic center from which we manifest our intentions and transform ideas into reality. Manipura is associated with the digestive system, pancreas, liver, and muscles. It is also closely linked to metabolism and how we process and assimilate energy from food. Imbalances in the solar plexus chakra can lead to feelings of powerlessness, low self-worth, or difficulty making decisions. We may become overly aggressive or, conversely, excessively passive. Physical symptoms may include digestive disorders, chronic fatigue, or issues related to the stomach and liver. To strengthen Manipura, engage in activities that build self-confidence and inner strength. Setting and achieving small goals, practicing mindful eating, and engaging in core-strengthening exercises can all support this chakra. The affirmation, "I am powerful, I am confident, I am in control of my life," can help reinforce a healthy sense of personal agency. The heart chakra. Anahata, at the center of the chakra system, lies the heart chakra, Anahata, which means unstruck or unhurt in Sanskrit. Located in the center of the chest, near the heart, this chakra is symbolized by a 12-petaled green lotus. Anahata is the bridge between the lower, more physical chakras and the upper, more spiritual ones, integrating the material and the transcendent. The heart chakra governs love, both for ourselves and others, compassion, forgiveness, and emotional balance. It is the source of our deepest connections, empathy, and the capacity to heal emotional wounds. Physically, Anahata is associated with the heart, lungs, thymus gland, and circulatory system. When the heart chakra is open and balanced, we are able to give and receive love freely, without fear or conditions. We feel connected to ourselves, to others, and to all living beings. Imbalances in Anahata may manifest as loneliness, bitterness, or an inability to trust. Physical symptoms can include heart or lung problems, upper back pain, or immune system deficiencies. To nurture the heart chakra, cultivate practices of self-love and compassion. Acts of kindness, loving relationships, and forgiveness rituals all help open the heart. Deep breathing, heart-opening yoga poses, and spending time in nature can also support anahata. The affirmation, I am love. I am open to love and compassion, can be a daily reminder to live from the heart. The throat chakra. Vishuddha rising from the heart, we encounter the throat chakra, Vishuddha, which means purification. Located at the throat, this chakra is represented by a 16-petaled blue lotus. Vishuddha governs communication, self-expression, truth, and the ability to listen as well as speak. A balanced throat chakra allows us to express ourselves clearly and authentically, to speak our truth, and to listen with empathy. It is the center of creative expression through words, music, or other forms of communication. Physically, Vishuddha is associated with the throat, thyroid gland, mouth, teeth, and vocal cords. Imbalances in the throat chakra may lead to difficulties in communication, either being unable to speak up or alternatively talking excessively without listening. We may experience fear of judgment, social anxiety, or feel misunderstood. Physical symptoms can include sore throats, thyroid issues, dental problems, or neck and shoulder pain. To balance Vishuddha, practice honest and compassionate communication. Singing, chanting, journaling, or engaging in public speaking can help open this chakra. Mindful listening and expressing gratitude also support healthy throat chakra function. The affirmation, I speak my truth with clarity and love. My voice matters, can empower you to communicate with confidence. The third eye chakra, Ajna. Get the companion training course, Chakras Unlocked, completely free for the next 24 hours. Click on the image below to get immediate access. The sixth chakra, Ajna, is known as the third eye chakra. Located between the eyebrows at the center of the forehead, Ajna is symbolized by a two-petaled indigo lotus. This chakra is the seat of intuition, insight, imagination, and inner wisdom. It is the gateway to higher consciousness, allowing us to see beyond the surface of things and access deeper truths. A balanced third eye chakra enables us to trust our intuition, perceive subtle energies, and maintain mental clarity. We are able to see patterns, understand the interconnectedness of life, and access creative visions. Physically, Ajna is associated with the brain, pituitary gland, eyes, and nervous system. Imbalances in the third eye chakra may manifest as confusion, lack of clarity, or difficulty trusting one's intuition. We may experience headaches, vision problems, or feel disconnected from our inner guidance. Overactivity can lead to excessive daydreaming or difficulty distinguishing reality from fantasy. To support Ajna, cultivate mindfulness and meditation practices that encourage inner stillness and self-reflection. Visualization exercises, dream journaling, and spending time in silence can enhance your intuitive abilities. The affirmation, I trust my intuition, I see clearly, can help align you with the wisdom of your inner self. The crown chakra. Sahasrara at the pinnacle of the chakra system is the crown chakra, Sahasrara, which means thousand-petaled in Sanskrit. Located at the top of the head, this chakra is often depicted as a luminous violet or white lotus with 1,000 petals. Sahasrara represents pure consciousness, spiritual connection, and the realization of our highest self. A balanced crown chakra brings a sense of unity, peace, and enlightenment. We feel connected not only to ourselves, but to the universe as a whole, experiencing a sense of oneness and transcendence. Sahasrara is associated with the brain, pineal gland, and the entire nervous system. Imbalances in the crown chakra can manifest as spiritual disconnection, apathy, or a sense of isolation. At the other extreme, overactivity may result in a disconnection from the body or reality, spiritual bypassing, or escapism. Physical symptoms may include headaches, neurological disorders, or sensitivity to light and sound. To nurture Sahasrara, engage in practices that foster spiritual connection and contemplation, meditation, prayer, or time spent in silence. Being open to inspiration, gratitude, and a sense of wonder can help open this chakra. The affirmation, I am connected to the divine, I am one with all that is, can serve as a touchstone for spiritual integration. The interconnectedness of the chakras. While we have explored each chakra individually, it is crucial to understand that they do not function in isolation. The chakras are part of an integrated system. Each influences and is influenced by the others. Like a symphony, the health of the whole depends on the harmony of each part. When one chakra is blocked or overactive, it can affect the flow of energy throughout the entire system. For example, if the root chakra is unbalanced, you may find it difficult to feel safe enough to express your creativity at the sacral level or assert your will at the solar plexus. If the heart chakra is closed, communication at the throat may be stifled, and intuition at the third eye may be clouded by unresolved emotions. The journey of chakra balancing involves both addressing specific imbalances and cultivating overall energetic harmony. The chakras also correspond to stages of human development and aspects of consciousness. The root relates to infancy and survival, the sacral to early childhood and emotional development, the solar plexus to adolescence and personal identity, the heart to young adulthood and social connection, the throat to mature expression, the third eye to wisdom and insight, and the crown to spiritual realization. By understanding the locations and basic functions of the chakras, you are equipped to begin observing their influence in your own life. Notice where you feel strong and balanced, and where you may experience challenges. This awareness is the first step on the path toward greater harmony and awakening. Practical applications. Sensing and mapping your chakras. Now that you are familiar with the 7 major chakras, you may wonder how to sense and work with these energy centers in your daily life. While the chakras are subtle and not visible to the naked eye, their influence can be experienced through physical sensations, emotions, and patterns of thought. Begin by bringing your attention to the base of your spine, the area of the root chakra. Notice any sensations, tensions, or feelings that arise. Slowly move your awareness upward, pausing at each chakra location: the pelvis, solar plexus, heart, throat, forehead, and crown. With practice, you may begin to sense subtle shifts in energy, warmth, or tingling. This body scan can be a powerful tool for tuning into your chakras and identifying areas that may need attention. Visualization is another effective way to connect with your chakras. Imagine each chakra as a spinning wheel of its associated color: red at the root, orange at the sacral, yellow at the solar plexus, green at the heart, blue at the throat, indigo at the third eye, and violet or white at the crown. As you visualize each chakra, see it radiating light and energy, spinning freely and harmoniously. Breathwork can also help balance the chakras. As you inhale, imagine drawing energy up from the earth, nourishing each chakra in turn. As you exhale, release any blockages or tension. This simple practice can bring a sense of alignment and vitality. Further, journaling about your experiences, emotions, and insights related to each chakra can deepen your self-awareness and help track your progress. Pay attention to recurring themes, such as issues with self-worth, communication, or creativity, as these may point to specific chakras that require more attention. The role of lifestyle and environment. Our chakras are influenced not only by our inner world, but also by our lifestyle and environment. Diet, exercise, relationships, work, and even the spaces we inhabit can all impact the flow of energy through our chakras. For example, a diet rich in whole, nourishing foods supports the root and solar plexus chakras, while creative pursuits feed the sacral and throat chakras. Healthy relationships open the heart, and time spent in nature supports grounding and spiritual connection. Conversely, a toxic environment, chronic stress, or lack of self-care can contribute to chakra imbalances. Consider how your daily choices either support or hinder your energetic health. Are you giving your body the rest and nourishment it needs? Are you expressing your feelings and creativity? Are you taking time for reflection and spiritual growth? Bringing mindfulness to these areas can have a profound impact on your overall well-being. Chakra archetypes and symbolism. Each chakra is associated with archetypal themes and symbols that can provide deeper insight into their functions. The root chakra is the archetype of the earth mother or survivor, embodying stability and support. The sacral chakra is the creative or lover, representing passion and pleasure. The solar plexus is the warrior or hero, symbolizing personal power and determination. The heart is the healer or lover, expressing compassion and connection. The throat is the communicator or teacher, giving voice to truth. The third eye is the seer or sage, embodying wisdom and intuition. The crown is the mystic or enlightened one, representing spiritual unity. By reflecting on these archetypes, you can gain a deeper understanding of the patterns at play in your life. Which archetypes resonate with you? Where do you feel challenged or empowered? The self-inquiry can guide your work with the chakras and support your personal growth. Chakras in modern context. While the chakra system has its roots in ancient spiritual traditions, its relevance extends into the modern world. Many contemporary healing modalities, such as yoga, Reiki, acupuncture, and energopsychology, incorporate chakra concepts to support holistic health. Scientific research into the mind-body connection has begun to validate the idea that our thoughts, emotions, and physical health are deeply interconnected. You do not need to subscribe to any particular belief system to benefit from working with your chakras. Whether you approach the chakras as metaphors for personal growth or as literal energy centers, the practices for balancing them can lead to greater well-being, self-awareness, and fulfillment. As you continue along the chakra path, remember that this is a journey of exploration and discovery. Be patient and gentle with yourself. The process of awakening and balancing your chakras is not about achieving perfection, but about cultivating harmony and wholeness. Conclusion: mapping the 7 major chakras is an essential step on the path to balancing your energy and awakening consciousness. Each chakra offers a unique doorway into understanding yourself, your needs, desires, strengths, and challenges. By learning their locations and basic functions, you begin to see how your life is shaped by the subtle currents of energy flowing within you. As you move forward, continue to observe and nurture your chakras through mindful practices, creative expression, and self-inquiry. Remember that the chakras are not separate from who you are. They are expressions of your deepest self. By honoring and harmonizing these energy centers, you open the way to healing, growth, and the realization of your highest potential. The chakra path is ultimately a journey home, to your body, your heart, and your consciousness. With each step, you move closer to a life of balance, vitality, and awakened awareness. Let the map of the chakras guide you, and trust the wisdom within as you continue your journey. Chapter 5. The Root Chakra, Foundation and Security. Chapter 5. The Root Chakra, Foundation and Security. The journey of self-realization and energetic harmony begins at the base. The root chakra, or Muladhara, is the first of the 7 primary chakras and serves as the energetic anchor for the entire system. Its name is derived from Sanskrit. Mula meaning root and adhara meaning support or base. Located at the base of the spine, in the area of the perineum and the first 3 vertebrae, the root chakra is the foundation of our being, governing our sense of safety, stability, and connection to the physical world. Understanding Muladhara. The foundation of the chakra system. To comprehend the significance of the root chakra, imagine a tree. The health and stability of a tree depend not on its branches or leaves, but on the strength and depth of its roots. Similarly, Muladhara provides the grounding necessary for all other chakras to function optimally. It is associated with the earth element, representing solidity, support, and nourishment. The root chakra is our energetic connection to the material world and to the basic instinct for survival. The root chakra governs our most primal needs: food, shelter, safety, and the right to exist. When this chakra is balanced, we feel secure, present, and grounded. We trust that our needs will be met and that we belong to the world. When imbalanced, however, we may experience anxiety, fear, a sense of disconnection, or even physical ailments related to the lower body. The symbolism and energy of Muladhara is often depicted as a 4-petaled red lotus. The color red is deeply significant, symbolizing vitality, life force, and the energy necessary for survival. Each petal represents a specific quality: mind, intellect, consciousness, and ego. At the center of the lotus is a square, representing stability and foundation, further reinforcing the chakra's grounding nature. The root chakra's energy is downward and inward, drawing us toward the earth and our physical bodies. It is the seat of Kundalini energy in its dormant state. According to yogic tradition, Kundalini is ackled serpent lying at the base of the spine. When awakened, it rises through the chakras, igniting spiritual transformation. However, this awakening cannot occur safely or sustainably unless the root chakra is strong and balanced. The psychological and physical aspects of Muladhara's influence extends beyond the metaphysical. Psychologically, it is associated with our sense of security, belonging, and trust in life. Early childhood experiences, especially those related to family, home, and basic needs, imprint themselves on the root chakra. A nurturing, stable environment in the formative years lays the groundwork for a balanced Muladhara, while instability or trauma can create deep-seated energetic imbalances. Physically, the root chakra governs the legs, feet, bones, large intestine, and adrenal glands. These are the body's structural and survival systems. When Muladhara's energy flows freely, we feel strong and resilient. If blocked or deficient, we may suffer from issues such as lower back pain, immunity disorders, constipation, or fatigue. Conversely, excessive root chakra energy can manifest as greed, materialism, or an unwillingness to change. Signs of imbalance in the root chakra and imbalanced root chakra can manifest in various ways, both subtle and overt. These imbalances are generally classified as either deficiencies or excesses. A deficient root chakra may be characterized by chronic anxiety or fearfulness, a pervasive sense of insecurity or instability, disconnection from the body or physical environment, difficulty focusing or completing tasks, lack of discipline or willpower, poor boundaries, physical symptoms such as anemia, fatigue, or issues with the lower body and excessive root chakra, on the other hand, can present as obsession with material possessions, rigid, controlling behavior, greed, or hoarding. Overeating or addiction to physical comforts, resistance to change, aggressiveness, or domineering tendencies, physical symptoms such as obesity, constipation, or sluggishness. It is important to note that these symptoms are not solely the domain of the root chakra, nor do they always indicate a chakra imbalance. However, they can serve as valuable signposts, pointing toward areas in need of attention and healing. The root chakra and the developmental journey. From the moment of birth, the root chakra is activated. As infants, our survival depends entirely on caregivers to provide food, warmth, shelter, and safety. If these basic needs are met consistently, we develop a sense of trust in the world and in ourselves. This trust forms the bedrock of our psychological and spiritual growth. Developmental psychology echoes these principles. Erik Erikson, a prominent developmental theorist, described the first stage of psychosocial development as trust versus mistrust. According to Erikson, if an infant's needs are not reliably met, a foundational sense of mistrust may persist throughout life, coloring relationships and the capacity for self-assurance. Energetically, this mistrust is held in the root chakra. As we grow, our relationship with the world expands. The root chakra continues to play a vital role in shaping our sense of belonging and security. Moving, changing jobs, the loss of a loved one, or any significant upheaval can challenge the stability of Muladhara. During such times, we may feel ungrounded, anxious, or lost. By working with the root chakra, we can reestablish our connection to the earth and to ourselves, regaining a sense of safety and support. Healing and balancing the root chakra. The good news is that root chakra imbalances can be healed. Like the roots of a tree, our foundation can be nurtured and strengthened through conscious practices, self-reflection, and a commitment to self-care. Grounding techniques. Grounding is the most direct way to balance the root chakra. It involves reconnecting with the physical body and with the earth. Simple, mindful activities can have a profound effect. Walking barefoot on grass, soil, or sand, known as earthing, allows the body to absorb the earth's natural energies. Gardening, hiking, or simply sitting quietly outdoors can foster a sense of rootedness. Physical exercise is another powerful grounding tool. Activities that engage the legs and lower body, such as walking, running, dancing, or yoga, stimulate Muladhara and help release stagnant energy. Even conscious breathing, focusing attention on the inhale and exhale, can help anchor awareness in the present moment. Body awareness and mindfulness. Cultivating body awareness is essential for root chakra healing. Many people spend much of their time in their heads, disconnected from bodily sensations. Practices such as body scanning meditations, progressive muscle relaxation, or mindful stretching invite us to inhabit our bodies fully. These techniques increase proprioception, the sense of our body in space, and strengthen the mind-body connection. Mindfulness practices, such as focusing on the sensations of sitting, standing, or moving, help bring attention to the here and now. The root chakra thrives in the present. It is the gateway to the experience of being alive, right now, in this body. Nutrition and the root chakra. The root chakra's association with physical survival extends to the food we eat. Consuming nourishing, grounding foods can help stabilize Muladhara. Root vegetables, such as carrots, beets, potatoes, onions, and garlic, are especially beneficial as they grow underground and carry the earth-stabilizing energy. Proteins, whole grains, and mineral-rich foods also support the root chakra. Eating mindfully, savoring each bite, and expressing gratitude for nourishment further reinforce the sense of abundance and support. Avoiding excessive stimulants, processed foods, or eating on the run helps maintain balance and respect for the body's needs. The power of ritual and routine. The root chakra is soothed by structure and predictability. Establishing daily routines, regular sleep, meals, work, and rest creates a sense of order and security. Simple rituals, such as lighting a candle, taking a morning walk, or practicing a brief grounding meditation, can be deeply comforting. Creating a safe, comfortable home environment is also vital. Tidying up, arranging furniture to feel secure, and surrounding oneself with objects that evoke warmth and stability can have a positive impact on Muladhara. Even small acts, such as making the bed each morning or tending toehouse uplands, contribute to a sense of rootedness. Yoga for the root chakra. Yoga is a powerful modality for balancing the chakras, and certain postures are especially effective for Muladhara. Standing poses, such as mountain pose, Tadasana, warrior I and I, Virabhadrasana and I, and tree pose, Vrikshasana, help cultivate strength, stability, and balance. Squats and seated poses, such as garland pose, Malasana, and staff pose, Dandasana, open and energize the pelvic floor and lower body. During yoga practice, focus attention on the base of the spine, visualizing energy flowing downward into the earth with each breath. Repeating affirmations such as I am safe, I am grounded, or I belong here can reinforce the energetic intentions of the practice. Breathwork and the root chakra. Breath is the bridge between body and mind. Conscious breathing techniques, or pranayama, can boost to balance Muladhara. One simple exercise is diaphragmatic breathing, which involves inhaling deeply into the belly, allowing it to expand, and exhaling fully. This calms the nervous system and grounds the energy. Another technique is root lock, or Mula Bandha, which involves gently contracting the muscles of the pelvic floor. This subtle engagement draws awareness to the base of the spine and can help activate and balance the root chakra. Meditation and visualization. Meditation practices focused on the root chakra often involve visualization and affirmation. Find a quiet place to sit comfortably, close your eyes, and bring attention to the base of the spine. Imagine a vibrant red light or lotus flower at this spot, glowing with warmth and vitality. With each inhale, visualize energy entering this area, nourishing and strengthening it. With each exhale, release any tension or fear, repeating affirmations such as I am grounded and secure, I trust the process of life, or I am supported by the earth, can help reprogram limiting beliefs and reinforce a sense of safety. Sound and mantra. Sound is another powerful tool for chakra healing. Each chakra is associated with a specific seed sound or bija mantra. For the root chakra, the mantra is Lam, pronounced as Lum. Chanting this sound, either silently or aloud, while focusing on the base of the spine can help activate and harmonize Muladhara. Listening to deep, rhythmic music, drumming, or nature sounds such as thunder or rain can also support grounding and stability. Crystals and aromatherapy. Many people find that working with crystals or essential oils enhances their chakra practice. For the root chakra, crystals such as red jasper, hematite, garnet, and smoky quartz are commonly used. These stones are believed to carry grounding energies and can be held, worn, or placed on the body during meditation. Aromatherapy can also be supportive. Essential oils such as vetiver, patchouli, cedarwood, and sandalwood have earthy, grounding scents that help calm the nervous system and promote a sense of security. Diffusing these oils, adding them to a bath, or applying them to the skin, diluted with a carrier oil, can enhance root chakra practices. Healing emotional wounds. Balancing the root chakra often involves addressing unresolved emotional wounds related to safety, trust, and belonging. This may require gentle self-inquiry, journaling, or working with a therapist. Exploring family history, Early childhood experiences and core beliefs about security can reveal patterns that influence the root chakra. Forgiveness, self-compassion, and the willingness to release old fears are essential. Healing is a process, not a destination, and each step taken toward greater self-understanding strengthens the foundation of the entire chakra system. Root chakra in daily life. Cultivating a balanced root chakra is not limited to formal practices. It is woven into the fabric of everyday life. Taking time to rest when tired, nourishing the body with wholesome food, seeking support when needed, and honoring the rhythms of nature all contribute to a strong and resilient Muladhara. Financial health is also related to the root chakra. Managing resources wisely, creating a budget, and addressing financial fears can help foster a sense of security. Letting go of scarcity mentality and embracing an attitude of abundance are important steps toward energetic balance. Setting boundaries is another aspect of root chakra health. Learning to say no, protecting personal space, and standing up for oneself are expressions of a strong foundation. These practices affirm the right to exist and to take up space in the world. The shadow side of Muladhara. Every chakra has a shadow, and for the root chakra, it is fear. Fear of not having enough, fear of being unsafe, fear of abandonment or loss. When unaddressed, these fears can lead to chronic anxiety, rigidity, or a compulsion to control. The antidote is not to suppress fear, but to face it with compassion and awareness. By acknowledging fears and bringing them into the light of consciousness, we begin to loosen their grip. Practices such as journaling, therapy, or sharing with trusted friends can help process deep-seated anxieties. Over time, as trust in oneself and in life grows, the shadow recedes and a sense of ease and stability emerges. Muladhara and the collective. The root chakra is not only personal, but also collective. It connects us to family, tribe, community, and the earth itself. Societal issues such as poverty, displacement, and environmental destruction are reflections of collective root chakra imbalances. Healing Muladhara on an individual level contributes to the healing of the greater whole. Engaging in community, caring for the environment, and supporting others in meeting their basic needs are powerful ways to reinforce the root chakra. Acts of generosity, kindness, and stewardship create ripples of stability and security that extend far beyond the self. Awakening consciousness through Muladhara. While the root chakra is often associated with the material world, its ultimate purpose is to support spiritual awakening. Without a strong foundation, higher states of consciousness cannot be sustained. The journey up the chakra system, from the root to the crown, requires a deep and abiding connection to the earth. Paradoxically, the more grounded we are, the more freely we can explore the realms of spirit. By honoring the body, embracing the present moment, and trusting in the abundance of life, we create the conditions for true transformation. Reflections and practices. As you explore the root chakra, consider the following questions. Do I feel safe and supported in my life? What are my core beliefs about abundance and security? How do I care for my body and physical needs? In what ways do I cultivate grounding in my daily routine? Are there unresolved fears or traumas that need attention? Take time to reflect, journal, or discuss these questions with a trusted friend or mentor. Remember, healing is a process, and each small step strengthens your foundation. Try incorporating one or more of the following practices into your daily life. Spend time outdoors, connecting with the earth, practice grounding yoga poses or mindful movement, prepare, and enjoy a nourishing meal of root vegetables. Establish a daily routine that includes rest, work, and play. Use affirmations to reinforce safety and belonging. Explore breathwork or meditation, focused on the root chakra. Work with grounding crystals or essential oils. Seek support for processing emotional wounds or fears. Conclusion. The root chakra is the beginning of the chakra path, the foundation upon which all personal and spiritual growth rests. By tending to Muladhara, we honor our basic needs, embrace our bodies, and affirm our right to exist. In doing so, we create a stable base from which to explore the higher dimensions of consciousness. As you continue along the chakra path, remember that each step is supported by the strength and vitality of your roots. Grounded in the earth, connected to the body, and guided by trust, you are prepared to journey upward, awakening, balancing, and harmonizing your energy for a life of greater peace, purpose, and fulfillment. Chapter 6. The Sacral Chakra. Creativity and emotions. The sacral chakra, known in Sanskrit as Svadhisthana, is the energetic center that governs creativity, sensuality, and emotional fluidity. Nestled just below the navel, this chakra is often described as the wellspring of passion, inspiration, and the subtle, shifting tides of feeling that color our lives. Understanding and balancing the sacral chakra is essential for anyone seeking to foster authentic self-expression, deepen emotional intelligence, and unlock the creative forces that lie dormant within. To begin our exploration, it is helpful to consider the symbolic and physiological associations of the sacral chakra. In the traditional chakra system, Svadhisthana is depicted as a vibrant orange lotus with 6 petals. The color orange, a blend of red's vitality and yellow's brightness, reflects the chakra's dual role as a source of both energetic movement and joyful illumination. It is tied to the element of water, representing flow, adaptability, and the ability to navigate the currents of life with grace. Anatomically, the sacral chakra is linked to the reproductive organs, kidneys, and lower abdomen, regions intimately involved with desire, pleasure, and the creation of new life, whether literal or metaphorical. The word Svadhisthana itself means one's own abode or dwelling place of the self, hinting at the personal territory this chakra occupies. It invites us to explore our inner landscape of feelings, desires, and creative impulses, and to honor these as intrinsic parts of our identity. When the sacral chakra is in balance, we experience a sense of vibrancy and enthusiasm for life. We feel comfortable in our bodies, open to pleasure, and able to channel our emotions constructively. Our relationships flourish, and creative ideas flow naturally, often surprising us with their originality and depth. Conversely, when Svadhisthana is blocked or imbalanced, the effects can be far-reaching. We may feel emotionally numb or overwhelmed, creatively stifled, or disconnected from our desires. Issues such as guilt, shame, or fear of intimacy often arise, leading to challenges in forming healthy relationships or expressing ourselves authentically. Physical symptoms can manifest as reproductive or urinary issues, lower back pain, or hormonal imbalances. Recognizing these signs is the first step toward restoring equilibrium and reclaiming the gifts of the sacral chakra. To understand how Svadhisthana shapes our experience, it is important to examine its role in creativity and emotional health. Creativity, in the context of the sacral chakra, is not limited to artistic pursuits. It encompasses the full spectrum of imaginative activity, from problem-solving and innovation to the creation of meaningful connections and the ability to adapt to change. When this chakra is open and balanced, we are better able to access our innate creative resources. We feel inspired, playful, and willing to take risks, unafraid of making mistakes or exploring new possibilities. The creative energy of the sacral chakra is closely linked to pleasure and play. Children, who are naturally attuned to this energy center, engage in creative play with abandon, inventing worlds and stories without self-judgment. As adults, we may lose touch with this spontaneity, constrained by social expectations or internalized criticism. Reawakening the sacral chakra means giving ourselves permission to play, to experiment, and to find joy in the act of creation, regardless of the outcome. Emotional health, too, is governed by the rhythms of Svadhisthana. Emotions are inherently fluid, shifting and changing like water. When the sacral chakra is balanced, we are able to experience emotions fully, allowing them to rise and fall without becoming overwhelmed or suppressing them. We develop emotional intelligence, the capacity to recognize, understand, and manage our feelings, as well as to empathize with others. This emotional agility supports resilience, intimacy, and a deeper sense of connection to ourselves and the world. Imbalances in the sacral chakra often manifest as either emotional repression or volatility. On one end of the spectrum, we may disconnect from our feelings, numbing ourselves to avoid pain or discomfort. On the other, we may feel swept away by intense emotions, unable to find stability or perspective. Both extremes hinder our ability to engage with life authentically and to form satisfying relationships. Healing the sacral chakra involves cultivating a compassionate relationship with our emotions, learning to honor and express them in healthy ways. there are many factors that can disrupt the balance of svadhisthana. Early childhood experiences, particularly those involving shame, guilt, or a lack of emotional support, can leave lasting imprints. Cultural messages that stigmatize sensuality, pleasure, or creative expression also contribute to blockages. Traumatic experiences, especially those related to intimacy or boundaries, can cause us to shut down emotionally or disconnect from our bodies. Recognizing the roots of these patterns is essential for healing, as it allows us to bring awareness and compassion to parts of ourselves that may have been neglected or rejected. Restoring balance to the sacral chakra is a process of reconnection with our bodies, our feelings, and our creative impulses. There are a variety of practices that can support this healing process, each offering a unique pathway to greater vitality and well-being. One of the most accessible ways to nurture svadhisthana is through movement. Because this chakra is associated with the hips, pelvis, and lower abdomen, physical practices that engage these areas can help release tension and encourage energy flow. Dancing, in particular, is a powerful sacral chakra practice. Whether through structured forms like belly dance or ecstatic free movement, dance invites us to inhabit our bodies with joy and presence. The act of moving rhythmically to music can dissolve inhibitions and awaken a sense of sensuality and aliveness. Yoga poses that target the hips and pelvis are also beneficial. Hip openers such as pigeon pose, bound angle pose, and wide-legged forward bends gently stretch and release stored tension in the sacral region. As you move through these postures, bring your awareness to the sensations in your lower body, noticing any areas of tightness or resistance. Breathe deeply, allowing each exhale to soften and release held emotions or memories. Over time, this mindful movement can help restore a sense of ease and pleasure in the body. Breathwork is another potent tool for balancing the sacral chakra. The breath is intimately connected to our emotional state, and conscious breathing can help regulate the flow of energy through svadhisthana. One simple practice is to place your hands on your lower abdomen and take slow, deep breaths, feeling the rise and fall of your belly. Imagine each inhale drawing in vitality and inspiration, and each exhale releasing tension or stagnant energy. Visualizing the color orange, a warm, vibrant hue, can enhance this practice, infusing your sacral chakra with renewed life force. Creative expression is at the heart of sacral chakra healing. Engaging in artistic activities, whether painting, writing, music, or crafts, allows us to tap into the creative wellspring of svadhisthana. The goal is not to produce a masterpiece, but to enjoy the process of creation itself. Let your imagination guide you, and experiment without judgment. If you feel blocked or self-critical, try setting aside a regular time for creative play, free from expectations or goals. Over time, this practice can help dissolve barriers to self-expression and reawaken your creative spirit. Journaling is a particularly effective way to explore and process emotions. Set aside time each day to write about your feelings, desires, and experiences. Use prompts such as "What brings me pleasure?" or "How do I express my creativity?" to guide your reflections. Writing honestly and without censorship can help uncover hidden patterns and beliefs that may be inhibiting your sacral chakra. As you gain insight into your emotional landscape, you can begin to make conscious choices that support healing and growth. Sensuality, in its broadest sense, is another key aspect of sacral chakra balance. This does not refer solely to sexuality, but to the enjoyment of all sensory experiences: taste, touch, smell, sight, and sound. Take time to savor the pleasures of life, whether through a delicious meal, a warm bath, or time spent in nature. Engage your senses fully, noticing the textures, colors, and sensations that bring joy. This mindful attention to pleasure nurtures the sacral chakra and reinforces the message that it is safe and healthy to experience delight. Healthy boundaries are essential for the sacral chakra to function optimally. Because this energy center governs intimacy and relationships, it is important to cultivate a clear sense of your own needs and limits. Practice saying no when necessary, and honor your feelings if a situation does not feel right. At the same time, allow yourself to be open and vulnerable with those you trust, sharing your emotions and desires authentically. This balance between openness and self-protection creates a foundation for deep, fulfilling connections. Meditation can also be a powerful ally in sacral chakra healing. Guided visualizations that focus on the flow of water, the color orange, or the sensation of energy moving through the lower abdomen can help activate and balance Svadhisthana. You might imagine a warm, orange light swirling in your pelvic region, dissolving blockages and restoring harmony. As you meditate, notice any emotions or sensations that arise and allow them to pass through you without resistance. Over time, this practice can help cultivate a sense of inner peace and creative flow. Affirmations are: